That good? There we go. Alright, I had to create a new setup. Instead of shifting things around, I made a new setup. Alright, that should be good. Yo. Yo, yo. You. Alright, there we are. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, that's, I had to quickly remake this so my camera's up here, because if not, I'd have to manually size everything. But, there we go. This is Shi Yo U, and the one below it is Shio. Shio. The Yo Yo. Oh, that's katakana, right? Alright. A little rusty in the katakana, so bear with me on that one. But the first one you had was Yo. It's an actual letter. The second one you had was a glide sound. So instead of going Shi Yo U, it's going Shio U. And the one actually in the second one is an elongation of it. Shio. Instead of Shio U, it's Shio. It's basically, you can think of it as a contraction. It this is a bit weird holding it up like this. The camera is all backwards for me. So yeah, for this one, the small one you have typed up there is this kind of one letter. But instead of creating a whole new letter for the same sounds they had, they just put a tiny little one next to it. And so you can go show instead of she, yo, u, show. Don't want you guys getting hurt with what? Japanese? Alright. I do need to... Give me a sec here. Oh yeah, this reminds me. I've got toilet roll as a Kleenex here. It's cheap, effective, and it comes in bulk. However, for some bizarre reason, and my dad showed it to me yesterday, Americans are apparently freaking out and stockpiling toilet paper because of the coronavirus, and I just don't see the connection. To the point where like people are fighting over packages of toilet paper, like literally assaulting each other. I don't know why. It's no logical reason other than maybe they're thinking they might run out or they need more Kleenex. I honestly don't know why. Apparently it's not just America, but apparently in Australia and a couple other places too, but I have no idea why people are doing that. Is it bank clear? Alright. Yeah, I put in the German and Japanese keyboard on mine. If you've got a Windows PC, it's not too difficult. You can search for keyboard and find some settings through there. But yeah, the Anki app. Yes, that's right. I need to. Maybe I can pull that one out on here. I was trying to set that up for the flashcards, but it wouldn't let me download the desktop version of the program, which is kind of important for me. Yeah, well. Alright. So this day. I'll even. Well, I appreciate the compliment, but I don't want any deity messiah complex going. I'm just me doing fun things that my friends are suggesting I do. Alright. Strange flirt, but okay, Cuddle Bear. Basically. Alright, so let's see if I can remember the alphabet here for you. Katakana mix up. E, O, U, E, O, U, Sa, se, she, so, su, ka, ke, ki, ko, ku, ma, I can't remember, meh. I think I had it up here a while ago. Here, gonna try, there we are. Man, that's why. Me, mo. I'm sounding kind of like an idiot here, but just bear with me. Mo, there we are. Moo. No. No. Ni. I'm writing up the alphabet for you, and also for my own remembrance. No. New. There we go. And this is part of the alphabet here. This is how the Japanese alphabet works. They have vowels, a, e, I, o, u, and then they have the constant groupings of them. This is the S group, the K group, the M group, the N group, and more. I didn't have time to quite write them just yet. But this is a, I, o, u, sa, se, she, so, su, ka, ke, ki, ko, ku, ma, me, mi, mo, mu, na, ne, ni, no, nu, etc. They have the exceptional, like sometimes Y thing in English. Yo, you, and yeah. Bottom ones here. Yo, you, yeah. Those are the only ones with the Y consonant. Make some tea. Alright. Alright, so Japanese actually give me a sec here. You. I'll copy that one. Copy. Paste. Duplicate. There we are. This is the hiragana chart. Starting on the left. Take that off. Starting with the left, top left over here. Pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Oh yeah, that one. They start off with those bits. Okay, who, no, not that one. Rest of yours. No, it is that one. Yeah. Oh. Alright. Do. Upsetty spaghetti or Daffy down dilly, as they say. Alright. Japanese also has one other set of alternates, I guess. They affect the pronunciation of the words. And I believe they're called dokun, something like that. Anyway, this here. Ha, he, hu, he, ho, the H group. And if you look, I gotta work backwards. This is gonna be so weird. This little circle here, and these little lines here, those change the one up here, the ha, to a pa and a ba. The two little lines are always not always a B, but for the H group it's ba, for the K group it's ga, and I think there's one other. S group, it's to J and Z. Za, ji, zu, ze, zo. Ga, gi, gu, ge, go. And ta, right, the T's. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Da, ji, zu, de, do. They use some antiquated ones there, but that's the basis for the Japanese alphabet. You can pull up hiragana charts on your own. I'm going to clean this off and start working with the kanji. Yeah, I know it's a crash course with this. Don't worry about it. If you can't follow along, don't worry. It's all the other crazy people who are trying to do this. I'm bringing this up because it's important for the Japanese language to help understand why some of the things are the way they are. But yeah, for instance, we're going to be learning simple things, okay? Here, we'll be learning the complicated one in a very easy manner. Can you guess what this kanji is? Right here. I'll give you a hint. 1. This kanji is 1. That kanji is 2. That kanji is 3. So 1, 2, and 3 are literally the same amount in horizontal lines. You can find those all over the place. All right. Planter 39? No. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, this is a experimental education session. I never quite taught this before, so it's new to me, but we're giving it a shot. Alright, so one of the things, I've got some flashcards here I made up last night, based off the Kanji Damage site that was referenced to me. So you got 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to be revisiting those because those are really self-explanatory. I will start working on the ones that are like this. Okay, this is where kanji really start popping up as a bit more complicated. And the way we're going to learn it is not actually how to say the word or spell the word or anything like that. We're learning how to recognize what the word is in your own native whatever language. Alright, so put this away for now. One of the things that I do like about the Kanji Damage system is it introduces familiar and similar things. I'll keep that up for the pointer. Like this one is kanji number. It's the 4th kanji in the list. It is not number 4. 4 is a bit different. And then this is child, and this is woman, and this is like. So this kanji makes up this kanji with a 1 kanji going through it. This is a woman, and you put the woman and the child together, and you make like. That's how we're going to be going about learning these kanji. Well, honestly, it's whatever language you want to use if you want. If you understand Klingon and want to translate that into Japanese, go right ahead. That can be your native language or whatever. Good though. TV says it's #1 selling shampoo in Germany. Okay. Alright. But yeah, so instead of learning what the actual pronunciation of these words are, we're going to be focusing on simply its meaning. It's not really the definition, but just the word itself. And attributing, like this one, this is child. We're attributing child to this picture here. And we're attributing woman to this picture here. One of the ways to help with that is through mnemonics, which is, if I can pick this up. One of the ways is the site I use to make these has little words on the back. I put sticky notes and wrote them all up on the back here. For instance, this one is total, and the mnemonic to help remind yourself of that is, to me, it just looks like a broken coat hanger, which is totally useless. This looks like a broken coat hanger, which is totally useless. Therefore, this is total. I'm going to need a little better system for this. This one is, that poor child. She has lived a total of 1 year. Is the mnemonic for this one. We are using the main base of total plus the kanji for 1 to help us remind us that poor child, she has lived a total of 1 year. Which helps us remember that this is total, this is child, this is total plus 1, which equals child. Alright, no, that's fine. Well, take your meds if they help you, and all that jazz. Keywords work better in my native language. Alright, my prior experience has been Japanese, and I use a similar thing. Instead of attributing the pronunciation or the whatever to the word, and then also, yes, one of the reasons we're going with the meaning as opposed to the pronunciation is because there's things called onyomi and kunyomi. I haven't figured those aspects out, but basically the words are different based if they're by themselves or in a group. Like a compound word. So the one for child, here, I'll show a small little example here. This is the onyomi, this is the kunyomi. The onyomi is she, the kunyomi is ko. So it is pronounced she by itself. It is pronounced ko with another word. Generally, it doesn't always work like that, but that's the thought process. They have multiple pronunciations. So instead of trying to, and that's just a simple one with 2. They could have multiple onyomi or multiple kunyomi and all sorts of different things. It gets complicated if you try and memorize all of that. But if you can remember the idea, the concept, you don't necessarily have to pronounce it. You can read it and figure it out and then work with it that way. It's a theory anyway. But yeah, so, and I will be trying to work in order with these words with the way the guy presented it, because it does make a bit of sense, as opposed to just a bunch of random letters tossed at you that you gotta memorize. Ko-neko, kitten, child, cat. Yes, neko is cat. Neko is the Alright, here, let's see if I can I can't pull up the I don't have means of, no, yeah, there it is. I was trying to think of a way to show you the text for Koneko, but you got it there. And what you have down there is, I couldn't remember exactly. That's what it was. That was it. This is the word for kitten. Child, cat, kitten. If you know that this is child, you can then figure out that this word is probably a younger version of whatever it is. Let's see if I can remember. No, that's not it. It's yeah, that was it. Running into this is either dog or a beast. I can't remember which way where exactly the little dot bit up there goes, but this one is child dog, so puppy or thereabouts. But no, that's literally how the language works. That's what you got. You put those two together and it makes kitten. You have child, you have cat, child cat, kitten. Crusty fucking loser, huh? Dirty weeaboo. I'm not exactly sure how to spell that. I can do it in katakana if you want. Here, let's see. Here's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. Alright. Alright, so with that out of the way. Yeah, so we'll move on from there. Maybe I can keep these up here for a sec. I'm still figuring out how to do this in some Alright. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. And there we are. Well, ignore that. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. Anywho, on to the next one. Alright, yeah. If you guys want to do that stuff, yeah, sure. How would I do that? I think you have to go onto the site for me to do that, whatever. However, let's move on to the next one, which is these three, I believe. Alright. Yeah, I need more magnets. That's what I do. I only got 2 magnets. Maybe I can do it that way. Yeah, they're not powerful enough. This is the next group of kanji to work with. These are the mouth box kanji. This one is mouth. It's like an open mouth. Ah. Alrighty. Oh, I guess we're getting popular today, which is interesting. Alright. this is the mouth kanji. This one is 3 mouth kanjis together, though it technically is an odd one. It's the mouth and box kanji. It is used for multiple things. This one is one I kind of like. It's easy to remember. It's got the mouth kanji and these little lines coming out of it, which is say. No, that's fine. Generally, it's not a problem, so don't worry about it. You know? Beside Bucket 31. Hello, hello. Now, what the hell is going on here? Am I, like, number 1 on the site or something? Alright then. Well, if you are a mod on Mixer, would you mind dealing with the trolls a bit? Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, the mnemonics. I forgot about them. Hey. Bit of preoccupied here. The box mouth kanji. The mnemonic. All these mnemonics, save for a few I altered, were made by the site. Some of them are offensive, some of them are not. Alright. Hey man. What's up? I'm alright. So this one is, you can think of this as an open mouth, just yelling at you. Always yelling. Kind of like a troll. And I'm going through them first, rather than cycling back and reshuffling to figure this stuff out. This one is a bit different. This one is products. And the mnemonic is, please show him the boxes of products. He's the customer. They also try and incorporate some of the pronunciations in these things. For instance, please show him the boxes of products. This is pronounced him. H-I-N. Him. Normally it's not. It's actually usually pretty dead, honestly. It's a nice site, layout-wise, but I don't know. I just haven't found any. It's different, I guess. Honestly, if we had the Twitch audience on Mixer, I would prefer going there. But there's just not enough interest there. So this one is products, and one of the ways you can think of the products is boxes on top of each other. Lots of boxes, therefore lots of products. And again, this one is the mouth that is say, speak type of things. He used his mouth to say it 4 times already. If he says it again, I swear I'll stomp that ass. That is the mnemonic that the guy actually had me write out. So, I don't quite approve of some of them, but it does help figure it out. So, mouth is saying it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, which is how you can help figure that one out. Alright. And I actually have this whole stack, but we're not going to go through it. We can if you guys want to, but I'm likely only going to go through a few more groups here. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Let's go with those 2. And this is, and you'll start noticing a pattern, especially with the way this guy mixed it up. These are the next set. My brain. This one is under. This one is below. This one is no. But as you can see, this kanji is the same one here, but this one has the little swoop on it on the left there. Man, it's brain trickery. This kanji is the same as this one. The God, I gotta look at it this way. You've got the flat top with the same center stripe on the bottom, with the one little diagonal off to the side. Or this one has a little swoop to the left. It's so weird looking in the camera like this. And this is how we start building up on the kanji. And this one happens to be this kanji on top of a box. That's all it is. I really should. I made these flashcards. It's experimental and I'm trying it out. Maybe I need a marker board like just off to the side here with a big old easel that I can just showcase you. Hi from this side. Alright. So that is you, Zekuto. 13, huh? Interesting. Alright, let's see if I can do that here. I think that's the way. Alright, there you go, man. So yeah. Alright, cool. Figured as much, but gotta ask. The 13th, what happened to the other 12 Zekutos? The 13 is the first one. The Zekuto is actually the 13th one. He's been working down in number. Alright. Yeah, and again, the mnemonics aren't necessarily the best ones that I would prefer using. This one is: the gay fella was below your car cutting your brakes. That's what they told me to write down there. But I think of it as below. Just visual imagery. It's Earth, and it's just below it, down and pointing that way. That kind of aspect of it. I do like this tune. Alright, this one is below plus a 1 stroke. Right? Plus 1 stroke. And it means unlucky and unfair. Give me a sec. It's actually un. That's it. This one is un, which is like it's used in before a word like lucky and then unlucky. This would go before it. And the mnemonic is unlucky and unfair are below or less than lucky or fair. So if you have the word lucky, go right here with it, and you'd have unlucky, unfair, and it's below the level of fair, which is how it is. Hey, owls, birdies. Oh, they got a new thing going on. I'd like to try and maybe able to show some of those in Twitch and the like, but I still need to figure out all my alert systems and all that shit. Yeah, well. But yeah, it's feel free to use any of those. This one is the mouth is unhappy, so it says no. The mouth is unhappy, therefore it says no. A little different, but it's, you gotta bear with. There's thousands of kanji and they have to make up words somehow. That it's got to work together. Yeah, I know. I don't know if it means to plaster it all over the screen. If you can point me in a direction for that, I would be helpful for that. Some of the alert systems I haven't incorporated Mixer into it yet, so I don't know. Alright, it's all backwards from here. Alright. This one, I guess, would be the last little group before I cycle back and go over some of them. This is a very familiar one, though I kind of drew it a little lopsided. It should be an exact cross, but mine's one long side is a little shorter than the rest. This one is 10, as in the number 10. And I do like the numerical system in Japan. I actually really like it a lot. It's very simple, and you can figure it out mostly. This is 10, and the example they gave is Jews gave us the 10 commandments. There was a bit more, but I decided to truncate that part. No is used to deny and to refuse. Alright. Jew-san. Yep, that would be it. Yeah, it's yeah. Give me a sec to bring this up. So their numerical system works 1, 2, 3. That's just for reference for what they are. And this one down here is 10. I've got my speaker microphone thing here. But this one, Ni Ju San, 2, 10, 3, 2 10s and a 3. This one is 23. So you have Ju, the tens counter, and you have 2 10s, which would be 20. And then you have the single digits that would go here that I just erased. And so in order to say 13 Ju, you have 1 10 and 3 left over. 1 Ju San. For 40 or 50, you have 4 10s and 5 10s. That's how you do it. Then once you get to 10 10s, you have the 100 counter, then the thousands counter, then the 10,000s counter, etc. They start getting a bit lazy at the end and start going in more infrequent groupings, but it works out. You can tell that just at a glance that that's a big number instead of the American, or I guess Arabic system of like, okay, that's 0, 0, 100, 1,000, million, billion, trillion, whatever. You can instantly go, oh, that's 1 million, without having to count all the zeros. Which works out a lot better, I think. Alright, so again, this is 10. Hello. Oh, thank you. Been working on it for a while. Not really, I just let it go. When it gets too long, I trim it a bit. But welcome. Alright. Yeah, that's the right one. Give me a second, I'm looking over here. Alright. Attack on Livy. Welcome. What is it about today? It's normally when I'm on Mixer, none of this stuff happens. Alright, I guess something is up today. Maybe it's just because I have a bigger screen here. I don't know. Anyway, this one is old. Alright. The mnemonic for this one is, to help remind yourself, the Kodomo, the child, will grow old someday with 10 dentures in her mouth. 10 mouth. And that's how you make old. I guess to me it kind of looks like a tombstone, sort of, but 10 mouths works a bit better for the spelling of it, I guess. and they've got this one. And a lot of kanji, similar to, like, where they had the woman and the child, and they scrunched it together. Kanji are all in boxes. They all fit into a single box, and you have kanji, kanji, kanji. There is no extended kanji. They all fit into a single box, which makes it nice, I guess, in some aspects. Yeah. Never written in kanji. Well, partly because Japanese people don't really say no a lot. It's weird culturally. But yeah, it's generally they go ano sono, kind of get you the gist of, hey, knucklehead, no. They're too polite for their own good, I guess. I honestly would prefer a straight up no. Okay, no is fine. I'll go about my way and do something else then. Quite simple. But this one, like I was saying, has two kanji, and it's scrunched together. Made it a bit small, so bear with me. The one for mouth and the one for 10. And it still fits in a single box. This is not a mouth and 10. This is the kanji of them scrunched together inside that little box. And this one is, please grant my wish for 10 mouths. This is granting wish. Things you would want. The actual official one is dreams come true. Alright. And the actual usage of this one is probably not that good. But the concept of merging other kanji together with it is a perfect example. And here is another one. Can any of you guys tell me what these two kanji, the meanings of them were together? And this was actually a really clever mnemonic he used for this one. Alright. This one is say and 10 for these two words. Two kanji merged together. And the guy's mnemonic for this one is measure Satan. Say 10. He's just huge, dude. So yeah. Measure Satan because he's just huge, man. And you say it 10 times for measurement. Satan. Praise Satan. Or whatever. So yeah. I'll pull these out. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, like I said, these are the ones I'll be going over. Last ones I'll be doing for the moment, and I'll go back to the earlier ones. But yeah, as you can see, there's a big theme. If they stay there, give me a sec. But yeah, these ones below, under, kind of thing, and then that one which I can't remember. Under. No, that one is no. And this one is 10 series, another 10 over here, another 10 over there, another 10 up here. And you can see just the grouping of it for how this guy went around the idea of these, which actually helps a lot. Alright, so let's go back to the original ones, see if that works out. And yeah, by the way guys, I am totally entirely winging this whole thing. The only thing I had prepared were these flashcards. How I went about it was not Oh, yeah. Measure time. And see, that's the bit of how they work out. I do like G. And there's also, Yo. The one for, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, uh, but I can't remember how it goes. I used to take pride in being able to do it. It was a complicated one, and... Okay. Alright, so we've got you guys. And Alright, so it looks like we actually got like 4 total groups of words that we've worked on so far. But yeah, so Toke, but it's written Toke. And that's why, again, pronunciation is just kind of secondary to the understanding of the concept. These are the other 2 groups we had. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do the thing on a camera. But this is the mouth kanji again. This one is... I'll let you guys remember that one, I guess. Not the best teacher for making the students example and do work, but I guess we'll make do. This one is woman. This one is child. Can you... On the screen, I go right. In the camera, I have to go left. It's so backwards. Can you guys remember what this one and this one is? I'll give you a hint for this one. It's a coat hanger. But yeah, it's this is basically how we're going to be going through it. If you guys have suggestions or tips, feel free to voice anything. But I'm just going through blindly how kanji work. I'll figure it out as we go somewhat, but for now, this is what I got. Alright. I don't know why, but that's some fun songs. But yeah. Alright. Going through my head for that one. This one is mouth and box. This one is say. This one is products. This is woman and child, which makes like. A woman likes her child. And this one is total. Totally ignored. Alright, they're totally useless because of the coat hanger. And these are all simplistic kanji. One of the ways to define how complicated a kanji is, or how hard it is to spell, is the stroke order, or the stroke count, which is actually my favorite way of looking up them up in the dictionary, which actually got one right over here. Bear with me. So yeah, I'll actually use an example here. Yeah. Small and there's other ones. I can't remember. But for instance, I gotta figure out a way to do this better. This is the one for like, and it's split up into half. So you've got one kanji on the left, one kanji on the right. This is the kanji for sun. This one you will see everywhere, literally all over the place. It's even in their country name. Yeah, here, I'll write that one for you. Nihon. Nihon. Japan. Land of the rising sun. But how... Let's see if I can write this upside down and backwards for you guys. All right, in order to write this one up here, you would go... Bear with me. Brain mech. Shit. Hey, something like that. And so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a 5-stroke kanji. So you pull up the dictionary. I need a 5-stroke kanji, and then they just group it all together like that. And sort through. Oh, there it is. And play spot the difference, which is sometimes fun, sometimes not. But yeah, the other one is this dictionary I've got over here, the Kanji Learner's Dictionary. It's actually pretty good, very effective. It's got a method of, up here you can see the little square thing. It's got a left and a right, and this one is up and down. This one is a box enclosure, and this one is just the unit itself. You'll see a lot of themes and a lot of ways that kanji get written. Well, upside down and backwards, man. You gotta give me some credit. At least I got the child right. So yeah, you've got some kanjis that are in boxes. I don't know of any, but they would look kind of like this. You've got like an initial kanji and then just a box around it. This one is a kanji all by itself. It doesn't need any other variable. It's a simple one. So this is a single kanji. This is a left-right kanji. This is a box kanji. Like that. And then there's up-down, but I think we did have some. Yeah, we did. That would be this one. I can't remember exactly how to spell it. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. This would be an up-down kanji. So you've got one kanji on top of the other one. These are the 4 basic groupings of them. There's some more oddball ones, as there always are, but most kanji will take this kind of setup. They get a bit more complicated, but basically they take these same 4 concepts and apply them again. Like you could take this one, scrunch it up, and turn it into a little kanji off to the side or something. I'm going to make a fake kanji, so bear with me. Or it could actually be a kanji, but I have no idea. This could technically be a kanji. We have the box, which of this one, the left-right order of this one, and left-right order of this one, and we have the top-bottom of these 2. God, this is weird. These 2. And you can just take that concept and just keep going with it. But that's basically the building blocks of kanji. I'd have no idea whatsoever if this is even a real thing, but this showcases how they are built, how they're put together. And one of the ways to learn what the meaning of a word is looking at the building blocks of it. Like, for instance, this one is sun, this is like, this is no, denial, and this is just a box with a tree I put into it. We'll ignore this one for now. So, for instance, to try and figure out what this word may mean is, well, the sun there is a big one, so maybe it has something to do with the sun. Sun is a very generic kanji. It's used a lot. It's also meant as day. Okay? And then you have the kanji for like up here, the woman and the child. That's a small one that probably has a meaning to it. Maybe it's a, I don't know, for like. And this one is no. Okay, so there's no liking the day. So it's have a bad day. This is the kanji for have a bad day. That would be the very crude explanation of how to discover what the word means. Well, we can if you want, but I was doing this to just showcase how they are built. Would you like me to try to invent kanji? You may stumble upon one that actually is a thing, but I don't know. Yeah, here I'll showcase some of the other ones to show a bit more how they work, a bit more logistical progression of the kanji. The ones we've been doing right now, other than like woman and child being like, that's kind of a vague, subjective definition. There is other ones that are a bit further along. Give me a sec. I think the one at the end. This is sun. Not you guys. There's a lot of ones with the sun. We're not going to go over all of them today. Still going through the sun. Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe we might, but yeah, I'll flip to the back. The fire ones are a really good example for this. There we are. Skipping slightly ahead just to showcase the point a bit. This is the kanji for fire. Okay, it's pretty simple. Just it kind of looks like a campfire with little embers flying around it. This is a very this kanji is generally almost always used with some sort of fire. It's less subjective and more literal in most cases. So this is fire. Can any of you guess what this is? It's a big fire, a flame. So they have a fire on a fire, which makes a big fire. Makes sense. This one, this one's a little harder to explain, but a very simple concept. The one on the left is a mutated version of water. I'll explain that in just a sec. But a bit of water on a big flame makes a faint fire, faint embers. So this one is faint, as in pale, sickly, kind of barely there, as opposed to fainting spell or other such things. Invent your own kanji. Befriend cutlery and declare yourself king. Well, I have no reason to be unfriendly towards cutlery. I am already King K Craft on my Discord channel, so I guess we'll invent our own kanji then. So, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But yeah, this is how some of the kanji works. The water kanji here, it's a shorthand water kanji with the big fire one on the side. So So you put water on a big fire, you get faint embers. That's how that one works. You'll feel sick. It's not sick, it's... well, it might be. Give me a sec. Faint in color, faint in... well, wait, sickly, I guess that is a bit for it. They have multiple things for the same. English has grouped in together a bunch of words, and Japanese has separate ones for that same aspect. That's a whatnot, but burn impressed. Sickly pale in inflammation. Alright. Well, we'll stick with the fire one for a bit, because I only have one more of it. And we got this guy. This one is consult. I actually changed this one. The mnemonic, it was a bit of a stretch, but I went with this one. Say, Dan, should I consult with someone about these flames? Because say, Don, the actual pronunciation, Dan, should I consult, the whole word, someone about these flames? And that's how these mnemonics and such are used. Once you get the gist of it, it actually helps flowing a lot of it. We actually have the gist somewhere in here as a word to read up on or study. Alright. Yeah, these are all built into small little groups. Not bad. By the way, there's also a hell of a lot of Fonzie references. Can't remember the actual name of the show for it, but Fonzie would go, for those of you unfamiliar. Hey! Hey! That was his catchphrase, A. Which is actually a way of... EI is a very common phrase in pronunciation of words in Japanese. It's said a lot. Now, yep, that is that one. Oh, did I actually do that one wrong? Nope, there it is. Okay, that's what it was. Alright, for reference for the just to showcase, most of the groups I've been going with are basically groups of 3, 4. This is the group of Sun kanji that they have for me, and it's like at least double that, and we still keep going with Sun. Sun, if you learn any kanji, this one is the one to know. This is in literally everything. Just about anything has the Sun kanji in it. Alright, so it's I'll do that one on its own. Right, but this one is, there's things called radicals, and this guy here is a radical. It doesn't have a name, so the guy came up with one. He called it heel because it kind of looks like a heel there. It helps with the mental picturing, imagining of what it is. This one is 7. Just I'm gonna go through it for a bit. I can actually remember what these bottom 2 ones are. Give me a sec. I'll actually be learning these 2 with you. Maybe. Alright, that was... Alright, one of these is... No. That's the other one. Alright, this is... these are not the default ones I learned, so I did not remember these ones. But these use the heel kanji, the one you can see off to the right there. This one does it twice. And yeah, this is actually, yeah, this one. These are technically the same one, I think, but they're a mutated version of it, I think is the proper term for it. It's when you have it and you kind of scrunch it and it changes a bit dramatically. It's not just a shifted, it's like bent, twisted, and put somewhere else, but it still represents that aspect. One of them is flame. And fire. Let's see if I can remember this one off the top of my head. Not quite, but inventing kanji. These 4 little dots on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, underneath the line, that is a mutated version of fire, as in like under a hot tub or a low simmering fire to heat something above it, as opposed to something is on fire, something is being heated by a fire. There's one for tori, which is bird, which uses that little bit at the end like that. Originally, I pictured it like the tail of a bird, but then after realizing that it's actually the fire kanji in the bottom, it probably is them talking about cooking a bird. But yeah. Oh, while we're at it, this is one to help me. This is one I've known about for a while. This is, I believe, tree. It could be, I don't know, that one's book. This is tree. For all intents and purposes, even if I spell it wrong, this is tree. This is small grove. This is forest. As you can see, it's just a tree, a couple of trees, a bunch of trees. And that helps you determine what the word is and how the definition works out. This only really works for literal things, and it's a guide for the other ones. But yeah, this... We're upside down. Why are you upside down? Prepare schools. Okay, yep. Hi, No, 2 hours is probably a bit long for a class like this. If this, you can consider this a class. Alright. But yeah, it's, yeah, I'll go over some of the sun ones. I'm not expecting anybody to know this, but it does help me actually go through some of these like this. So I've got a total of 10 kanji for sun in this example. Starting up here. It's on the left over there. Yeah. Too many kanji in one go. Yeah. This one, I'm not expecting anybody to remember other than this one is sun. That's the only one. If you pick up anything, this double box is sun. It's used all over. Alright. This one is using the heel kanji from before on top of the sun. This one is using 2 heel kanji underneath the sun. This one is using a mouth, a small sun, on top of a big sun, etc., etc. Unfortunately, this one is not bright. What the hell was that one, actually? Oh yeah, crystal. Bright is actually sun and moon. I'll do that one later. But yeah, this is... maybe we can do these ones next time. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit worn out with it. But yeah, that's the gist of how we're going to be going through kanji and learning how these all work, if you want me to. Like I said, this Monday is kind of experimental day. We'll figure out what the hell we're doing as we're doing it. Maybe I'll just go into chat mode today now. Alright. Give me a sec. Reorganize some of this stuff. Yeah, it's I have an easier time with this because I've been through it. So it's kind of more difficult for me to slow down, I guess. I'll try, but I'm still learning it, figuring it out. Maybe we can start doing some German ones next. I was looking into trying to make some German flashcards, but I wasn't quite sure where to go for that. It's I was wanting to focus more on the grammar aspect, but I couldn't quite get a total picture of it. It's like, okay, these are some of the ones for now. You don't have to think of everything else right now. We'll explain it to you later. I'd like to see some of that later stuff. I don't know. It's I'm still working at figuring out a way to convert it into flashcards and the like. I found some sites that had some, but you gotta like make accounts and they blur out the other half of the flashcards if you don't have an account. It's annoying. Or other ones that are just vocabulary, which I guess would be part of what I'm looking at, but not quite. I'm still trying to figure out how the gendered and accusative, normative, determinate phases and such go. Alright, let's review the kanji. Which one should we remember today? Number 1, sun. If you can remember that kanji, sun and day. It's the same thing, but that is a big one. There's also the numbers, which are a couple of simple ones. Past 3, they get a bit more bizarre, but they're still relatively straightforward. 1, 2, 3. Each one is a line. That's a pretty simple one to remember. Box mouth is the simplest. Yep, box mouth would be in this pile here. Yep, but box mouth, yeah, that is a really simple one. Box. There you go, box mouth. Alright, that's fine. It's about time for us to leave too. Anyways, we got about 15 minutes before I gotta get going. For now, anyway. But we'll go with the box one, I guess. Some of the initial starter groups. This one, box mouth, followed by this one. Box mouth does what? Box mouth says. This is a common one. It's used a lot. It's used in the word language, or the kanji for language. And they do have it like, they have multiple languages. Like for German, it would be Germany, plus language, the German language. English, England plus language, the English language. Pretty straightforward, but they spell it. I can't remember exactly what the kanji is, but it does have this on it, and I think it has a day in there somewhere. I want to say it's just the sun and the day followed by a sei kanji. I can't remember, and can't remember how. Let's just go, isn't it? Yeah, give me a. Not on that one. Right. Oh, not German. Japanese. Hiragana. There we are. Oh no, it's more literal than that. Here, I'll just because I'm on that tangent. But yeah, so well, I'll come back to that one actually. The other ones we should probably remember are these ones. These are used quite often. Woman, child, and like. The women, I gotta get this window out of my face. It's weirding me out. Woman, child, and like. Those are some of the basic ones. So 1, 2, 3, box mouth sei, woman, child, like, and day. Buy followers, yeah. No. Well, if they're anything like the few ones who we ran into today, I'd rather not. But yeah, those are some of the more basic ones. Right. Which ones are too complex, or just kanji in general? Here, I'll explain. This one is generally easily remembered as it's a picture of a woman crossing her legs. She's just kind of sitting down in a chair with her legs crossed. Woman kanji. But yeah. Woman and child. Child is a bit of a oddball. But think of it just a little stick figure kid with a big old head. Maybe. I don't know. But this is our first introductory Japanese kanji course, so don't worry about it. One thing that helped me learn it is actually writing it. Well, yes, but the kanji for men is power, I think. Yes. By the way, ye old Japanese were kind of sexist. Just heads up. Yeah, the woman one is pretty simple and straightforward, but the I believe this one is man and this one is woman. There's that one cut. Working on rusty memory here. Yeah, that's just yeah, but yeah, you can look into it more if you want, but I'm just not gonna say it. Otoko no hito. That's what it was. That's what I'm missing. Yeah, the one I had is for sword cut. It was half of the thing. Still drawing it wrong. This is the one for man. My bad. And it's the picture of a rice field over the picture of sword, power, and such, as opposed to women. Order. Alright, See you later, Zekudo. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. But yeah, stroke order helps immensely with learning kanji. You learn to draw it. I'm still doing it wrong. And it helps you remember. It really does. I had some homework sheets. Fill out this, write it 10 times, and it helped me conceptualize and remember these strange little squiggles. But yeah, it's a bit much for today, I guess. Maybe we'll break it down into smaller chunks next time, or something, or we'll figure it out. Alright. But yeah, that'll basically be it for today. Unless you guys want to bring up some other stuff. I'll keep going, maybe, but I'm also trying to learn German too, so it's a bit helter-skelter here with my language stuff. But yeah, it's actually it's probably decent enough time to stop for today. It was interesting. Maybe not all that effective, but interesting. Alright, so what do we got tomorrow? We got Phoenix Wright. Von Karma, I think. Mark, right, he tased us, was the last thing we did. He tased us, jacked our shit, and then got rid of things. Oh boy. I'll figure out the aftermath of that next time. And we'll leave kanji and Japanese for a later day. See you later, guys. Have fun. Hope you learned at least something. Preferably sun. That is everywhere. You will see it everywhere in kanji. So long, guys. Have a good one.